Now that you know what Kami is for and how you might use it or how your students might use it, let's actually show you how to use it. And you need to realize that there are two different ways that you can open Kami and start using it. One way is to have an existing PDF on your Google Drive somewhere. So I just happen to Google on my drive for PDF, and I'm just going to bring up a random um, PDF file. And so when I double click on it, it brings up this version of Springbrook High School's Code of Academic Integrity when we were trying to do our academic policy. So I had this saved on my account. It's a PDF file. But notice up at the top here, it says open with. And when I click on that, it has a drop down menu that will eventually open. There it is. And then it says annotate with Kami. So I'm going to click on that, and that will automatically launch it. Wait for that sucker to load. And it is loading. And now you're going to see the workspace that you have within Kami. So here are all of our tools on the left-hand side, and then all of that happens within our document. So that's one way that you can actually get a PDF to open within Kami. Another way that you can do it is that maybe somebody sends you a um, a PDF, or you find one online, like here's the leave request form from MCPS. And the first thing that you would want to do then is you would want to download it. So there's usually this download button, and you would click on that, and you want to put it on your drive somewhere. So I would click on Google Drive, and I'd stick it in whatever folder that I want, and I would click save. And then after I do that, I'm going to actually use the Kami extension up here. So notice my 4,000 Google Chrome extensions. Here is Kami right here. I got it from the Google Web Store. So if you type in Google Web Store, it'll bring you there. Type in KAMI, it brings up this extension. And so now when I click on the Kami extension, I would actually go into here, and it's going to give me my options. Open with from Google Drive, open from computer. So if you're working on your computer, maybe it's saved on your desktop or on your hard drive somewhere. Create a classroom assignment. So that would actually connect to your Google Classroom right there. Or you can just start off with a completely blank page, which would mean you're not actually going to be using a PDF. You can actually create a brand new PDF document from scratch and make it interactive. But most of the time, you're going to take a pre-existing PDF document and either edit it or make it interactive. So those are the two ways that you open up Kami and work with it. So let's come back to this very first one, this Springbrook High School Code of Academic Integrity, and let's walk you through some of the tools. One tool that your students will find helpful is that it has text-to-speech. If you remember from the introductory Kami video, I said that all special ed students had Read to Write Toolbar installed on their Chrome browser for them, but the non-special ed students don't have a way of using that Read and Write Toolbar on PDFs. Well, now all students can have it. So you would click text to speech, and then here are your different options, such as read the page. And so it's going to start reading the page to me.
Name, Springbrook High School Code of Academic Integrity is an international baccalaureate world school.
You get the point, but notice you can speed it up, you can slow it down, you can even change the voice, right?
In respect for the dignity of the individual.
That's what we call a flub. It's endearing, remember? Yeah, right. All right. Some other things. These are your markup tools, so you can use either a highlighter. So right now it's on the yellow. You have multiple different colors. So whatever words you'd want to highlight, now that would be highlighted on the PDF for the students to actually say that I want you to focus on these words here. This is your writing tool. I'm sorry, this is your box highlighter. So the previous highlighter actually is going to be continuous words. You can go up to a whole paragraph, whereas this would highlight an area on the screen. So that's my box highlighter tool. This will strike through words. So you're saying ignore this for some reason, or you're going to underline it. Comment is going to allow you to do just that. This is going to allow you to type a text comment. So let's say you want a kid to focus on something, or maybe you want to comment with a question for it. Then you would come over to where you would want it in the text. You would highlight it. And then over here, I would ask my question or put in my clarifying comment of what I'm looking for is, what is the author saying here? Whatever it happened to be. Notice that you have voice typing, so you could actually, if you're a slow typer or your students are a slow typer, they can just click on that and it will do speech to text. Then voice comment is going to not be text at all. It can be your voice or it can be the student's voice. So if you don't want to take the time of wordsmithing everything, you just want to make it more interactive so that students can hear your voice, you can just click on this. And same thing, you just go to the spot in the text that you want to focus on. And now it's trying to use my microphone. I would allow it. And then I can record up to 5 minutes. So it's just recording what I say right now. So I'm gonna hit stop. And so now it's loading that voice comment, and then a student would actually be able to hear my voice. And then I record up to 5 minutes. So it's just recording what I say. Okay. So students can also put in these comments if they're opening the PDF document and they maybe are slow typers or have some type of special need. They would just be able to click in any area of the PDF document, and then it would record their voice with their actual answer. Same thing with a video comment, works the exact same way. You just click on the little camera, you come to the spot where you'd want it to be, you highlight it, it now brings up, it wants to use my camera. So now you're going to see me, crazy haircut and all, and it's recording what I say right now. So if I come down here, now it's got a done button or record button. So I could actually pause it and continue on. So let's say I hit done. So now notice that this video is now part of this PDF document, and then a kid could actually see me talking to them and interact with me on what used to be intimidating text now is just some type of video clarifier. They can also include their own answers through a video recording. The last one that's available here is a screen capture. So if you want to demonstrate how to do something or for them, and it's outside of this PDF document, no problem. You just click on the screen capture option, and if you've never used this before, it actually will prompt you that you have to install the Screen Capture by Kami Google extension. And so this is another way. I showed you Screencastify and Screencast-O-Matic. Kami allows you to do screen captures as well with it. And so this would allow you to show them a demonstration of something outside of this PDF document, which is pretty awesome for it. So that's the comment box. That now we're getting into the more basic stuff. Now we're just being able to add in any type of text. You've got multiple colors. You've got more colors. You have different size. click where you want it to be, and as simple as that. Equation editor is a little funky. It's not the easiest thing to use, but if you need to be able to type equations, it does have that option. So this is nothing more than the color of the equations that you have, but these are your symbols. You click on the symbols. This would allow you to limit down. So if I want pi, here is now pi. And so now when I click on this, it's getting ready to add it, later on. So if I want to show everything, so here's pi. I can click that, and then I want to have maybe something else or this. Let me show you one of these options here, so that when you see it, you've got it. So now you have your symbols, and you're ready to insert it there. All of that is actually happening in the background right here. So now, whoops, my bad. I think I just got rid of it all. So there's pi, there's x, there's I. So it's adding all these different things in here. And notice, so now that is part. So I'm done with my equation editor. So now if I want to actually put, from 3 to 4, down here, it's got your equation editor. And then if this is not in the right place, just click on the little cross thing, click on the cross. Now I drag it to wherever it is I actually want it to be. So it's not super user-friendly, the equation editor, but it's something. Know that your students now can do it. But the easiest thing for a lot of, especially for a lot of the more difficult math, is just use the drawing tool. So, maybe 3/4, they would be able to write whatever it is, or you'd be able to write whatever it is for it, whether you're giving them feedback on something they've already turned in or whatever it happens to be. But you've got shapes. You've got the eraser, so you can undo anything that you do. A cool thing, once again, to make this a little bit more interactive multimedia, is that you can insert an image. And think about this, something's already created, but it's just this daunting page of letters and words and characters. You can make it a little bit more fun and interactive by adding a picture. You can get it from my computer, you can go to Google Drive, or you can actually even do a Google search. So let's say that you want to connect to your account, obviously. And so now you're going to be able to search for any type of picture that you want. So I'm sure we're all thinking about the same thing. And then you find the picture that you want to insert for it. Yes, that's what we were all thinking about right there. Install that. And so now you've got this picture. You just drag it and drop it wherever you want it to be. You can crop it. You can resize it. You can put it wherever you want. And then lastly, here's your signature. If you're doing an MCPS form, you click on signature. If you already have it as an image, let's say you've taken a picture of your signature with your phone, or if you want to hand draw it, this is my scribble doing the draw signature. And my signature is crazy messy and unintelligible anyway, and this actually managed to make it worse because I was just using the little touchpad, or you could actually draw a signature on your phone. So either way, that would allow you to insert your signature onto an MCPS form. But think about it. Kami is going to allow you to take anything that's pre-existing or even something from blank if you want to, and make it a lot more exciting with multimedia. But at the very least, it's going to allow you to write on it and then submit it. So let's talk about saving. Notice there is a button up here for save. This is probably the most important thing to do, even though it is automatically saving. And if you notice, it is saving it to my Google Drive. That if you make your file, it's not saving every single second. Notice the last save was 3 minutes ago. So always click save now before you exit out, or you might lose the last things that you did. You can download and export, but by default, it's going to save it in Google Drive. This I found originally in my academic honesty policy folder. That's what I open it up from, but you can move it, you can change it, and then just like any Google Doc or Google Drive file, you can choose where you want it to go, which actual thing. But I mostly point this out to you so that you don't make the mistake that I made, where I didn't look to see where it was saving it, and I didn't know where I had made all those changes and everything like that. And it took me a few minutes to actually try and find it. But if you just make sure that you're saving in the folder that you thought it should be in, it's no big deal. But yes, this is automatically saving. It goes into your Google Drive. And same thing with students. Students open it up. They open it with Kami. It is now on their Google Drive. They can submit it, which means that they can go in and turn this in. They don't have to, like what my own children are doing, which is printing out a worksheet, writing their answers on it, then taking a sideways photograph of the worksheet with the Chromebook camera and then submitting this sideways picture to their teacher. They would actually be able to submit the PDF that you created for them, and they would be able to either write with the marker or put in pictures or type in comments or type in equations or whatever and submit it to you, and it's going to be a lot easier for you to grade. And then when you bring it up, you can add even more stuff. So even if the kids added videos and pictures and text, you can go and add more videos, pictures, and text and comments for them to click on and get your feedback. And sometimes, the video feedback and the voice feedback is easier and faster for us to do. But I think even most importantly is that it's going to help you make more real connections with kids in this time of online learning. So I'm sure they'll appreciate hearing your voice or seeing your face and getting their feedback this way, even if it's you saying, great job. So that's Kami. Hopefully you find it useful. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me.